There are a plethora of heroes that possess incredible strength. However, someone has to be the strongest one there is. So that's what we're here to decide. For this list, everything is going to be taken into consideration, but it's mostly going to be based on lifting and striking feats, and fights aren't going to be held in the same level as lifting feats. Also, keep in mind that this is purely physical strength. Who can hit the hardest, who can lift the most, all that. This is not who is the most powerful. With that being said, let's get started. This is the top 10 strongest Marvel heroes. Number 10 is the Red Hulk. Red Hulk is actually Thunderbolt Ross, arch enemy of the Hulk, who made a deal with villains to turn into a Hulk himself. He tried to defeat the Hulk and take over the country, but now he's seeking redemption by being a hero and an Avenger. And boy is he strong. Red Hulk can easily create 9-point earthquakes with a single punch, which will require 476 million tons of TNT, or almost 32,000 Hiroshima atomic bombs. But that's not even his most impressive feat, as he's also destroyed a comet. Through my extensive research, I really just googled it, but it looks like it requires somewhere between 53 to 110 quadrillion megatons to completely destroy the Earth. The comet appears to be much smaller than Earth, but even if it's just 100 times smaller, that still takes 1 quadrillion megatons. Even if it's 1,000 times smaller than Earth, it would still require 110 billion megatons. Now just think, he's number 10. We still have 9 more to go. Number 9, Better Ray Bill is the cyborg champion of the Corbinites, who proved himself worthy to lift Mjolnir. Because he proved himself worthy, Odin bestowed upon him the powers of Thor and created an extremely powerful hammer, Stormbreaker. There was a time where Better Ray decided that he couldn't live with knowing that Galactus was out there, destroying whole planets and civilizations. So Better Ray Bill decided to go out there and stop him once and for all. He started to starve Galactus by destroying planets and eventually went out to face the big purple guy in combat, where he cracked Galactus' armor. Now this puts him on the same strength level as Thor and the Hulk. He's also destroyed a planetoid, which is just another term for asteroid. This asteroid looked to be about 1,000 kilometers wide, or 621 miles, which makes it roughly 6 times smaller than Earth. That would take roughly somewhere between 8 to 18 quadrillion megatons. That's crazy. Number 8 is the Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer is the mighty herald of Galactus, and is gifted with the power cosmic, making him exceptionally strong. There was a time where Silver Surfer was trapped inside a planet, which appeared to be roughly the same size of the moon. The moon is 1,000 miles wide, as opposed to Earth being almost 4,000 miles. So simple math, the moon is roughly a quarter the size of Earth. That means that it would take 13 to 27 quadrillion megatons that the Silver Surfer would have to use to break free the planet. And he can also augment his strength using the power cosmic, making him potentially even stronger than that. Number 7 is Blue Marvel. Alright, so this one involved a lot of math, so it might be wrong, but just a heads up. Anyways, Blue Marvel was an extremely powerful hero in the 60s, but he was forced into retirement by the government. But now he's back, and back in a huge way. Adam Brashear is insanely strong, and he's been able to lift up a comet the size of Arkansas before. So Manhattan weighs a bit over 2 million tons, and Arkansas is 2,417 times bigger than that island. That means that Arkansas and a comet the size of Arkansas would weigh somewhere around 5.7 billion tons. Also, Utah the Watcher has also told Blue Marvel that he has the power to split the moon in half. Now generally, I wouldn't accept his words as a strength feat, but I feel like there isn't a much more reliable source than the Watcher. So just like with the Silver Surfer, it would take 13 to 27 quadrillion megatons to destroy the moon. Number 6 is Gladiator. Gladiator is leader of the Shi'ar Imperial Guard and is insanely powerful. He's lifted up city-side ships, has pummeled Wonder Woman into the core of the planet, and has easily knocked out Vulcan, Miss Marvel, and Black Bolt. His greatest feat, though, is when he destroyed a planet. In this big old thing, it was the size of Earth. So that means it would take 53 to 110 quadrillion megatons to destroy the planet. But the thing is, when Gladiator begins to doubt himself, his strength drops off considerably, so that holds him back a little bit. Number 5 is Sentry. Sentry is one of the strongest heroes in the Marvel Universe, and it's said that he possesses the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns. Here's the rough thing about Sentry though. He doesn't have a ton of strength feats on the same level as these other characters. We know that he's as strong as the rest of the heroes because he's fought them before, but it's difficult to quantify his strength in numbers. Anyways, Sentry has fought against an overpowered Thor before, where the impacts of the punches were felt around the planet. He's also fought against World War Hulk, and is basically the only hero that could hold his own against this version of the Hulk. Number 4 is Hyperion. Hyperion was Marvel's original Superman copycat, and is one of the mightiest heroes in the Marvel multiverse. He's had some insanely impressive feats, like when he stopped an Earth-sized comet hurtling towards our planet. That means that he stopped a celestial body weighing almost 6 sextillion tons. But that's not even his most impressive feat. He's held back an incursion before, which is where 2 Earths from alternate realities come into contact and destroy everything. So that means that he's holding back 12 sextillion tons. I can't even begin to understand that number. Number 3 is Thor. Thor is the son of Odin and arguably the most powerful defender of Earth. Now the general consensus is that Thor's greatest feat of strength is when he lifted the Midgard serpent. But let's break this feat down. The Midgard serpent had a tight grip on the planet and was the same size and weight as Earth, meaning that the snake weighed 6 sextillion tons. But the serpent has a grip on Earth and is squeezing down on it, meaning that it is exerting more force than just 6 sextillion tons. Now an anaconda can exert 16 times its body weight, so let's just use that for an example. That means that Thor is having to lift over 96 sextillion tons, which is frankly kinda mind-blowing. Number 2 is Hercules. Hercules is the prince of power and the god of strength, so it makes sense that he's on this list. He's overpowered Thor in combat before, and is generally accepted by everyone that Hercules is slightly stronger than Thor. His greatest feat of strength, though, is when he took the burden from the Titan Atlas and lifted the heavens for over 3 straight hours. This is arguably one of the strongest strength feats in all of comics, because the weight of the heavens is considered to be immeasurable and incalculable. So our number 1 pick, the strongest Marvel hero, is the Hulk. Was this ever really a surprise? I mean, he's known as the strongest one there is. Hulk has destroyed Earth-sized planets before, which, as we all know, would take 53 to 110 quadrillion megatons. He's also held together a planet before, which would weigh 6 sextillion tons. Plus, that's not even including the added force of the planet ripping apart. Then he's also destroyed an asteroid twice the size of Earth, which would take some around 200 quadrillion megatons of force. And he's also beaten almost every single character on this list in combat. On top of all that, Hulk has the ability to grow in strength, and the angrier Hulk gets, the stronger he gets. So not only is Hulk the strongest Marvel hero, but he's the potential to grow even stronger. But what do y'all think? Is there anybody